Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about installing large trees in a landscape. So right now we have our last tree today on our flat deck. We transported up to site and we're going to walk you through how to safely, efficiently and properly take something off of a trailer this size. So we have our skid steer hooked up to our stinger attachment. We have a chain that's split into two even lengths, the same length on either side. This tree luckily has a cage, and most will of this size will have a cage, just a metal cage. So we're gonna find 2 points of contact on the root ball. There she is. So we're gonna go one there. And when you're doing your chains, the way we like to do it is having them both on kind of the same side of the trunk, you know, right across from each other, same side of the trunk, not directly across the root ball. If you do that, the tree will jump up and smoke the chains and rip up the bark, which will kill the tree. So we're gonna go right about here. See how that's on the same side as the trunk, but still across from each other, right? So once we have that set up, we have this nice rope. It's literally just, you know, maybe a 4-foot long rope in a loop with a nice knot on one end. We're gonna loop our chains like that, and then bring the rope down past the tree and loop it as well. The rope then just sits on this knot, and as the chains go up with tension, it'll cinch this up, and we'll have a great three points of contact, and we will be ready to go. Okay, we're ready to lift. So Rick has tension now on the chains and as well as the rope. So go ahead, Rick. We'll go straight up. You see how that rope puts the tree at a perfect angle as he goes up. It limits one person holding this end of the tree. You know, it does help having someone there standing, keeping it going straight where you're going. But as far as lifting it up like that, that's perfect.
All right, now that we got our tree in our hole, sitting at a good height, making sure that the crown of the roots is just sitting pretty much level with our soil, which it is. Once we take that burlap off, we just need to decide on a face. So the nicest part of the tree is about right there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hook the chains up to the X. We're gonna hook onto our root ball there and just give our tree a quick 180. The reason that we're doing that is because where you're gonna see the tree from the most is gonna be when you're driving in from the driveway. There. So let's see what that looks like. Pretty bare right now, but once we give her a turn, she'll be looking mint.
All right, guys. Now that we got our tree standing, without any machines or anything holding it up, nice and straight with a beautiful face, we gotta think about a couple more things. Usually there's gonna be twine and burlap holding the root ball into a nice tight ball, so we're gonna remove all of that. The strings are garbage and we take them out. If there's a little extra burlap, it can just go there. It's decomposable. It'll disintegrate over time. The next thing we're gonna think about is fertilization. How are we gonna keep this guy going, thriving, and established in its new home? So what we like to use is bone meal. So it looks like this, and we use this as an alternative to most other fertilizers because it's natural and it promotes healthy root growth and overall tree health as it establishes in its new location. Once we have a couple handfuls of bone meal covering all the fibrous roots, we had some on the bottom as we put it in. we are ready for the first water, which is usually a unbackfilled tree, just enough soil holding it all solid so it's not gonna fall on us. But we'll fill it all the way up with water, let that sink in, come back, you know, maybe a 15-20 minutes later, do a nice bowl around the tree, a nice well containing all the water around the roots, and you have yourself a tree. All right guys, we got our tree backfilled, burlap off, straightened out, bone meal on it. It's looking real good. We created this nice deep well around the root ball to contain all this water right where the nice fiber roots are. The tree's gonna soak all this water up and just love it. So the next step is backfill this guy and match our existing grades, and she's done.